It's no accident that each year intoxicated boaters cause injury to themselves, their boats and others, and in some cases are even involved in fatalities on the water. Such was the case of young Pete Crompton of Collingwood, Ontario, who was boating on Lake Joseph with his brother Jeff and some of their friends on July 13, 2003.
A bunch of us were together. We were in Bala, in the Bala area. We were up there for the night. In that morning, we decided to take a boat ride to see the sunrise.
Our boat went out first. We got out to the middle of the lake, wasn't very far from the boathouse where we launched, and sat and waited for the second boat to come out. Well, the second boat came out, and I remember watching it come right from the boathouse.
The other boat proceeded to come up on us at high speed. We could tell it wasn't going to slow down. Our driver hit the throttle to try and get away, but the other boat came up and ran over the back of our boat.
You know, at the time you're thinking, he's coming out to meet us, of course he's coming straight for us, and he got closer and closer, and I realized that he wasn't going to be able to stop, and at this point he wasn't going to be able to miss us. So our driver hit the gas, hit the throttle, and at that same moment I dove down into our boat, which ended up saving my life. And I can still remember the sound of the impact, the white bow of the boat coming right up here by my head.
I received a phone call at my residence at about 6:30 a.m. Advising me of the fatal boat accident. I attended at the detachment, met up with another Marine officer, and we proceeded to the scene as well. Obviously, there had been a party at the cottage that night. We began interviewing the driver of the second boat, the accused, and it was obviously showed signs of alcohol consumption. After a brief investigation, the accused was arrested for impaired operation of a vessel. Based on the statements from the witnesses and other evidence that we were able to obtain, we were able to piece together exactly what had happened in the accident.
Pete's father, Ken Crompton, had been at an early morning golf game and received the tragic news from his wife. They called friends and immediately headed towards Parry Sound.
What occurred was that when I arrived at the lake, the boat was tied up to the dock and I was able to go down and uncover Pete. It was obvious that, in my mind, since I'm a lawyer, that this was a criminal event. The driver of the boat had already been taken away by the police to Parry Sound, and so ultimately he was charged with 8 criminal charges, 2 criminal negligence causing death and criminal negligence causing injury, impaired operation of a vessel, dangerous operation of a vessel, so that these are, if you look at the criminal code, criminal negligence causing death is under the homicide section of the criminal code. So these are extremely serious charges.
At 27 years old, Pete Crompton was one of those rare individuals who knew exactly how to live life to the fullest. A phenomenal athlete, a humble friend, and terrific role model, Pete always made those around him feel alive, and they weren't about to let that go easily.
Some of his friends approached me, I guess a year ago, asking whether I would consider setting up a foundation in Pete's name. And it's all volunteers, so we've incorporated and we have a charitable number. The mission statement of the foundation is to make donations to registered charities in the area of health, education, sport, and safety.
Along with the foundation, Ski Day, and this giant Inukshuk erected in Sunset Park in Collingwood by the Cromptons, Bill 209 will also serve as part of a lasting legacy to help others avoid a similar tragedy. Ken Crompton suffered the ultimate heartache, the loss of a child, and Bill 209 is a testament to one man's persistence to change the law for everyone's protection.
Obviously, we're blessed in Ontario with a tremendous amount of lakes and fresh water and a lot of enjoyment, and people should be able to enjoy the waterways without being put at risk by people that are abusing their rights by drinking alcohol and operating a boat.
The position of the Canadian Safe Boating Council is drinking and boating is illegal. A conviction of impaired boating is a criminal offense and has serious financial and lifestyle consequences. You will lose your boating privileges, and with Bill 209 in Ontario, you will lose your driving privileges, the same as if you were driving your motor vehicle. So the next time you're thinking about having a drink before heading out in the water, think about it. Is it really worth the risk?
After having gone through what I've gone through after this accident, I spent 2 months in the hospital recovering. You can get in a lot of trouble for this. So you really have to think about what you're doing.
Often, I mean, they say, hey, 2 or 3 beers, you always hear, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay, but you aren't.
Fun's fun, but at the end of the day, be smart and be responsible.
Treat your boat like you would your vehicle. You don't drink and drive, you don't drink and boat.